I am back in America, and what a pleasure it is for me to first adjust my seat, but second off, to introduce you to Hidden Valley Lake Golf Course in Hidden Valley Lake. And I have a prediction that this is going to be a golf course in the next 2 to 3 years YouTubers flock to for multiple reasons. Let's get into this review because I think that you should get down there and play this hidden gem ASAP. So if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to check out all the previous videos. I think the production quality has gone up as of recent. Happy 2025 as always, even though we're in February and you probably shouldn't say Happy New Year. I will still grant you a Happy New Year. This is my first time seeing you in the new year after my big trips. Hidden Valley Lake is designed by the same architect who designed Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines is very famous. It holds the U.S. Open. This is a golf course a little above Napa, a little above Calistoga. It's kind of in the hills. It's in what you'd call a hidden valley lake. It's a very interesting design, and I want to emphasize that because when you play a lot of golf like I do, or you play different types of golf courses, you can feel when a master architect has had their hand on it. You can feel when a course had a good vibe and was created in some way. And you can kind of get the feeling when someone just kind of phoned it in, or, there wasn't a lot of thought put into it. And it was more so, let's just put a golf course in this area. And the act of golf itself is fun. So sometimes those golf courses turn into something really unique and fun. But it's really great to go on this exploration of really Northern California golf courses, but also California golf courses in America, to find hidden gems that have the bones of a really, really interesting and fascinating golf course. I absolutely love this course. The price point at the time I played it was about $60. It might get a little more expensive than that. And at Twilight, it's extremely reasonable. It's under $100. There's no way to walk this golf course, and you're definitely going to lose some golf balls. So I'd take about 9 to 12 golf balls. But here's the thing that might scare some people. There are holes where, and you'll see it in the footage, where houses are close. I almost would say that this is at the same level, if not even closer than Bodega Bay, which is my current standard for houses really almost play as a hazard. In fact, as you'll see in the footage, on the 17th hole, I hit a drive. I thought it was a good drive, and it turned into basically like a, oh my God, please don't end up in someone's backyard, because the fairways are small on some holes, and when you hit the cart path, you're like, oh God, don't go somewhere you don't want it to go. So that's something to keep in mind, because I found, and it could be work, it could be a lot of things, variables, right? But my mind got busy a lot at this course, and that's something I talk about in certain courses that I really enjoy. I find my mind doesn't get busy. I feel like there's a lot of things that keep me anxious, and houses being close to a playing surface is one. That being said, I don't think that that's something that should deter you from playing this course. It's something you should know, but you're basically playing a course that's pretty much a tour level course, even though the bunkers aren't up to tour level standard. The drives you have to execute and the precision and the thinking is a really, really high level, unique challenge. So let's get into my footage. So here is the restaurant and the pro shop, and it's really nice. Here's the putting green. First hole is right to your right. It's a dogleg right, and it kind of symbolizes a lot of what you see on this course. I hit not a slice, I hit it straight, and that was probably the worst thing I could have done. And then I kind of caught a 7-iron thin, and it almost got up there, and I wish you could have seen the pitch I hit. I hit the pitch really close. Second hole is a straightaway par 5, and it is a lot of houses. The houses almost serve as the hazard on this hole, and they're a lot closer than they feel like they should be, but it's just how the course is. Just straight shots is what you need. How about that little lifestyle angle that I got there? And I hit my wedge in that I didn't film because I was trying to get to a place where I could just get I hit it super close. I was dialed with that, and little tap in birdie, par birdie to start. What are we, an actual golf vlogger? Third hole, kind of the same as the first three. Distance is a really big thing at this course, so if you can't really hit it far, might not be your jam, or play closer tee boxes. At times I felt like I was a little guy on this course. 7-iron, there's bunkers protecting this. You just got to get the ball up in the air. I hit that pretty doggone good by my standards, and I actually thought this was going to pan out super good. That's why I'm hitting the cheesy on it. And that's where it ended up at. And as you can tell, once again, there are houses right around. So subtle misses, big misses are basically going to hit a house. And I think that's something you should be aware of. These greens really roll well. Like, these are some of the best greens I've played at a course that isn't like $100 greens fee course. Fourth hole, par 3, just driving range shot, and I just put it in that front left bunker. Tried to force an 8-iron there. That's what you're looking at. And basically, if you hit that bunker, you have to hit a stud shot. Next hole is really strategic. You have to lay up short of that water unless you want to carry 281, and then you got a shot in. And this is just not the business, but I'm going to include this because this is going to make people smile. Just really, really a bad swing with this 2-iron, and that ended up going in the hazard. And then I was like, well, I'll take a 3-wood, and I topped the crap out of it and killed my confidence. So leave a comment if you've ever done that before. So I had to drop because I guess that 2-iron went into the hazard, even though it was really badly struck. And hit a 6-iron, I just couldn't get it over the tree. And then now, what is this? This is the par shot, and then this was a fantastic pitch. Too bad this isn't HD, but I mean, I got that so friggin' close to the pin. So I felt pretty good about that. And coming back, that same hazard is in play. If you drive up from the north, that's the road you're going to take to get to the golf course. Par 5, and I got lucky that I don't hit it super, super far and stayed short of the hazard, and then hit a 3-wood, which, by the way, that 3-wood was super scary to hit after I just hit one of the worst 3-woods of my life. And this is what the hole looks like, pretty narrow. And then I wanted to show you some of the intersecting elements of the course. You go between these homes, and it is kind of like what people have described Half Moon Bay old courses like to me. And I think there might be a comparison that this course might be a lot like that course, just Half Moon Bay has a bigger budget. This is one of the better holes, and what I was pointing out earlier was how there's significantly different tee boxes. The back tees are different than the white tees, and then the front tees, they all have different angles. They want to right the left shot. Man, I got to work on this. This is a 5-iron I tried to hit in. I kind of top sliced it, but I got away with it. It ran up there. And this is also what makes this course cool, is just the care to detail around the greens is just like these neat undulation turtle greens, not phoned in. Pretty darn good pitch, and I just couldn't pay it off to sneak out with par. Made bogey, but really, really a great hole. This is a par 3 that I played through a group on, so you're not going to see that. The 9th hole, really, really tricky. I hit a hybrid. My swing is looking weird to me, but maybe it's just me. And I hit basically a tree, and it's like you have to thread the needle. This is what I was saying, like, the course has a lot of strategic elements. I didn't hit a bad shot. I just didn't hit the shot that was needed, and this made me feel like a player. I had to hit a punch shot, and then I had about 80 yards in, hit a really good wedge in, which on this day, maybe I learned how to hit wedges. Maybe I can't hit my 3-wood now, but I can hit wedges. Maybe I can't hit my driver now, but I can hit wedges. And set up a scenic little shot, and then make this putt. And I stand up way too early, which didn't make it as cool. It would have been cool if I was like in position, looked over like I was like a veteran golfer, and then made it. So when you leave the front 9, you go to the other half, which is the back 9, and you got to go through a parking lot and then cross a street. There's a rock in the middle of the green on the 10th hole, and then it's just a straightaway hole on the 10th. And this is an 8-iron in for me, and I thought I really hit a great shot here. I thought that was money. I was like, oh my God, did I do it? And I really did. It hit the upslope and absolutely stopped. It had rained the day before, so the greens were maybe a little soft and receptive, so I didn't get any bounces and parred that. And this is just some of those intersecting elements that you'll see on this course. So yeah, that's another thing. Par 3, once again, this one was, played it almost a club longer because it was like uphill, a little cold, and then I also don't think I hit golf balls as far as I think I do. So I think it's always good if given an option. I always feel like I should try to probably play more club because that's probably realistically what I should hit. Like this little feature of these stairs, it's just a nice class feature. And I put this right onto the middle of the green. Tricky little green. Not the most undulation, but it definitely wasn't the easiest greens to read. Subtle breaks, and that one got me. And they're very fast. Now, this is the strength of the course right here. When you get to this hill, I would dare say this is better than what he did at Torrey Pines because he takes advantage of the architecture, the land, right? So this is a par 5. It's nestled into a hill. There's a creek up there, and I hit a good drive. I got a 3-wood. I'm like, let's hit the cheesy. And I thought I put this on. I really, really did. Maybe if I had pulled it, I would have gotten it there. And this is just for like the real enthusiasts, just our golf nuts. This is what you're looking at on this hole. So if you lay up, you can lay up to this area. There's lots of animals. It's pretty. And then there's a creek right here. There's no water in it apparently right now. And then there's some deer just hanging out. It's pretty much like everything I love about golf right here. So that's the vibe. And then I hit probably my best shot, and I set up a scenic shot to do so. Like, man, this wedge shot is so money. So that just felt super good to hit that wedge in there and then cash in for birdie. It's like almost like I'm a player. Like that was a moment, and then I put it back. So next hole, this is probably the hardest hole I played on the course because you can lose your ball right. You can go OB left. It's very narrow. Just kind of tugged one, but it stayed in. And that's all uphill, big upslope. Tried to get the 2-iron there. Didn't really fully catch it, but I got it over the creek, which is the first battle. And here you're going to see some of what you're hitting up there so you can have a better look of it. So it's really steep, false front, hazard, just really tough, pretty narrow, really, really fun golf hole. So like this is where the course is really, really strong. I originally wanted to film this like this, but my phone kept falling. So we're going to see this shot look like this. And I'm at the very bottom of that hill. And once again, I think I'm hitting some really good pitch shots. That is pretty solid by my standards. And I hit this putt, and I just missed it. Hey, I'm back again. You probably are like, why are you back? Well, after I hit these shots, I realized I lost my 58-degree club. And I'd been hitting it so fantastic. It's like I figured out something with that club, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what is going to happen? I'm screwed. I got to buy, that's like $200. I got to go to Kepler's in Walnut Creek. Got to get a new Ping Glide wedge because I was hitting that so good. And it was just a big letdown. So I turn around, go back, and the group behind me had my club. They found it, and they just gave it back to me. And that's huge marks on this golf course, is that the people that play the course are kind people that won't just steal your club or won't just leave your club. And I think that that's huge. So I wanted to just throw this little segment in to let you know that the culture and the vibe of this course is amazing. Let's get back to the vlog. So after that hole, you go up a hill to the 14th tee. And it's notable because it's kind of like really, really crazy in a sense. You just literally go up a hill with just this path that's marked and on here, but it's noticeable and it's long, and you go to the highest piece of the property, which is always a cool feeling, but as a first-time player, it's also kind of like, where am I going? Then you get the standard 100-yard hole, but members had told me that really it's a tricky hole because it's sloped green, and if you go left, right, or even short or long, it can be a really, really hard hole. I got lucky. I hit a gap wedge basically pretty much on number, and then I made the putt. Who am I? So I snuck out with birdie on that hole, and I fixed my ball mark like a gentleman. So really, really good run of holes right there. Then you go down a street, and then you get to the best hole on the course, the signature hole where you get to this downhill tee shot, and I tried to film it as like epic as possible. And I tried to drive the green, but I'm not a long hitter. And it turns out like most people hit like a 205-yard shot and they're safe. I hit a driver and it went to here about 100 yards short of the green. Maybe I could have taken on the green, but I don't think so. And then I ran a putt really far by, and I just realized I lost my 58, so I'm a little all over the place and knock in this par. So that's not a bad par for me, to be honest. So par there. Didn't show the tee shot here because I just got rushed and it was bad, and that was not a great shot either. But I mean, this is shot shaping 101. Those houses are closer. Look at that crazy angle, but very, very narrow. So when you're making that tee shot, it's very, very narrow. It looks like Half Moon Bay old course photos I've seen on the internet. That was a cool edit. I'm just going to leave it in because that was kind of crazy. So, and then this is pretty bad. So, I mean, I think my mind was just all over the place. I fixed my ball mark. I just lost a club. I never lose clubs. And then I 3-putt. So, I was on in reg, and then I 3-putt. Not the greatest. This is the one that really stood out to me that I told you about in the intro. To me, the sound of the strike wasn't the greatest, but to me, that was a pretty good drive. And if you notice, like, this fairway is very small. And I got like a spongy lie, came out all right, and got it on the green. But like here, look at how small that fairway is. I'm not sure you can tell, but like that's a very small fairway. And then I just don't hit this putt high enough. So a rule of thumb at this course is play a little bit more break. I think I wasn't playing it enough. And then I didn't realize I was on 18. 18 is a very hard hole at this course, but it's hard for me because I hit a left to right shot, a slice basically. And this shot, like this architect, it seems like wants you to hit a lot of draws, and I basically just don't do that based on skill. So I hit a tree, then I had to keep it low, then I have a wedge in, and it's just kind of like, man, what a grueling like punch in the face. It's almost like a championship 18th hole. So I had this long putt for par, and I almost thought I hit the cheesy on him, but I didn't. It came up short. What a fantastic hidden gem. Go play this course. Okay, so that is my vlog of Hidden Valley Lake. I hope you go out and explore it. And as I teased in the beginning, I think that this course is going to get a lot of visiting because the Brambles is going to be a golf club a lot of people want to play. And then a golf course associated with Torrey Pines, same architect. I think this course is going to be featured on a lot of courses where you're going to see a video, Northern California course designed by Torrey Pine, like Torrey Pine, just a lot of clickbait stuff around it. And it's such a good course, amazing clubhouse. Go to this course and tell them Lukie sent you. Something weird's moving in the back there. I really hope it's not something scary trying to eat me. I'll see you next week. You know where we're heading next week? Let's go to Marin. Let's go to Mill Valley. I'm going to be in Marin and Mill Valley next week. So I will see you then.